The rest is a bullshit story. But this ain't no fairy tale. I'm about to tell you how I really went to jail. Thought I'd like to travel, get a taste of life. So I stole a car in Harlem, split New York that night. My first stop was Philly. Yeah, it took 'em by surprise. Pulled off a couple good stangs, then laid low to avoid the eyes. I stayed in an old run-down rooming house, pores of the lot, but that's where all the hippest cats stayed when they didn't want to get caught. Now, it was there I met a hoe named Tina. Foster kind of died. Dope fiend Willie. Ed the con man, and a little punk named Sai. Freddie the pimp had a room there. So did 4 of his hoes. Dolores the booster was living in style with her zany roommate Rose. Now, Rose was a chick about 5'6". Body, bam, by job, much in demand. Says she flew in from Frisco. Filmo was looking for a man. I ran down some game to her that would trick the slickest of hoes. By nightfall, I pulled her. She was ready to pack her clothes. Our first stop was Chi-Town, which we both seemed to like. Now, while hanging at the Blue Note, I met a pimp named Ike. Now, Ike had a choice chick named Dolly, stand out among the hoes, who bought Ike a powder blue Coupe de Ville and a whole lot of pretty clothes. And we all hung out together while the girls brought in the dope. Knew I had it made that about a month or so. Yeah, things were looking pretty juicy. I didn't have a care as I slid into the bar one night to have a couple there. Now, while sitting in the bar room, digging a crazy sound, I heard my first name spoken, so I turned around. Ike's woman was standing before me. Said she had lots of dough, and if we ran away together, no one need to know. Yeah, well, I ain't never crossed the Powell before. Ain't never been on the run. Yet I slipped into my room that night to pack my clothes and a gun. Yeah, I stopped to think how Rose would feel, what Ike would have to say. Still, I packed my shit that night to make my getaway. Dolly said, "Daddy, are we ready to roll?" A shot rang out. I slid to my knees. Ground was very cold. I heard a scream, a shuffling of feet. I heard somebody say that the police were on the scene, but the shooter got away. Woke up in a hospital ward in a prison called the Well with hacks standing all around me, waiting to see what I had to tell. But how could I say, it was my best friend. Yeah, I tried to steal his play. He shot me down trying to make my getaway. Well, if you ever hope to cross a Powell, and I hope you never will, remember what happened to the thoroughbred kid who came from Sugar Hill. Do you know what it means to wear $2,000 suits $400 hats, drive through the streets in Fleetwood Cadillacs. Do you know what it means to have your own supply of seed and supply of horse? Not to need any connection, 'cause you the big boss. Do you know what it means to wear silk shirts on your back, $300 shoes on your feet, have more people working for you than faggots on 42nd Street? Do you know what it means to give every young hustler a break? Put money in his pocket, in his stomach steak. Do you know what it means to keep your woman in mink and sable, to have sardines in New York reserve you a table? Do you know what it means to have the mob call you king, police call you mister, have a judge give up his mama and the DA up his sister? Do you know what it means? No, you don't know what it means, and you never will, because you are the kind of punk who pays my bill. Dear Leo, as I sit here in this man-made hell, I think of the beauty of nature from a prison cell and wonder how's life treating you, since your letters are so short, so few. Girl, you swore you'd write me each and every day and fix it so I'd give commissary a steady play. But 10 long years of bitter regret won't stop me from busting your ass when I get back out on the set. Dear Bill, why you dizzy, motherfucker? How much longer are you going to be a sucker? I was your woman, not your wife. So if you fuck with me, I make sure they give you life. Nah, your main man and me just pulled off a sting, and I ain't gonna send you a damn thing. Dear Leo, I received your latest mail, and I must admit, it left me pale. But I'll do this time on sheer determination, so when I get out, I can plan your extermination. Dear Punk, I received your letter, and frankly, you're becoming a bore. Please don't write me anymore. Dear Leo, the warden went swimming the other day and took me along to watch him play. But after a while, he started to drown. and I saved his life 3rd time down. So, for being so brave and so bold, he decided to grant me parole.
There. This is Leo's little brother, Jack. Leo just died from a heart attack. And since I know you both love each other so, I figured you should be the first to know.
Dear Jack, I received your letter regarding Leo's death. Tell me, were you there when she took her last breath? If so, young man, in your time, you have witnessed the perfect crime. I was sitting in the Dewdrop Inn, drinking a pint champagne, when in walked Dumbo the junkie, dripping wet from the rain. He wore an antique rag and an old fucked up hat as he strolled over to where me and my girls was at. His shoes was run, his line was beat. He didn't have enough strength to pick up a seat. Dumbo, man, have a meal on me. You ain't ate for a while. That's plain to see. Dumbo said, a meal I need. That much is true. But look here, hold on, look here. Could you loan me $1 or $2? It's a pound, Dumbo. Hey, don't bother to pay me back. I could see you was sick and needed some smack. Hey, you looking awful bad, huh? Yeah? What happened? Yeah, to all that money you had. Since you my friend, I'm gonna run you down my story from beginning to end, and starting in a town down the way where I had to chop cotton to earn my pay. About 10 years ago, I met this hustler named Joe. And he took to me in a big way. Taught me how to hustle for a year and a day. After I hustled $1 or $2, he taught me all the tricks he knew. Then one day, I met this choice chick, straight out of school, sweet 19, a virgin and a fool. Her name was Yvette. And it fit her to a T. After our first conversation, she fell for me. She had pink and them limbs really were a pair. She had full breasts, great big thighs, cute little nose, freaky eyes. She had a top-notch education. Boss asking big. So it didn't take long for me to teach her what Joe taught me. She loved to shoot dope. Have a real good time. Till soon, her habit was longer than mine. I bought her clothes. I gave her plenty of dough. Till I found out she was planning to run away with Joe. I cried for a day and a half. I read 15 comic books. I still couldn't laugh. So I shot up an A for shit. Went back to the bed, knowing for sure in the morning I'd be dead. Well, I must have pulled through, else I wouldn't be here talking to you. I woke up with a broken heart. I figured I snuffed joy and get a brand new start. Yeah, well, as you know, Joe dead. Yeah, it was me. Snuck up from behind, shot him in the head. Police couldn't hold me, for they had no proof. But when Yvette found out, she jumped off the roof. And ever since then, I've been doing real bad. And that's what happened to every dime I had. With eyes full of tears and a heart full of pain, Dumbo here picked up his hat and walked back in the rain. Now, some of you guys might be surprised at what I'm about to say and say, who that lame say he know the game? Where he learned to play? Yeah, well, I'd like to tell of how I felt and how fate played a trick on me. So, gather around while I run it on down and unravel my pedigree. It was Saturday night. The jungle was bright. Game was stalking its prey. The cold was crime in the neon line, and the weak were doomed to pay. Where crime begun, daughter fought son. Dad, he lay in jail. Molly awoke with her heart almost broke, cause their pad was up for sale. Where blood was shed for the sake of bread, and a drunk rode for his poke by the sleight of hand of a Murphy man, or the words that a con man spoke. Where addicts prowl with a tigerous scribe in search of that lethal blow. Winos cringes from canned heat binges and find their grave in the snow. Where bales of vice make love for a price, and even the law is corrupt. As you go down trying, you keep on crying. Man, it's a bitter cup. Where the jungle creed says the strong must feed on any prey at hand. I was branded a beast and sat at the feast before I was a man. Now, in the guarded display of the midnight ray, lit up like a Christmas toy, I made my play for a female prey. At the time, I was just a boy. I was young, prancy. Pot was my fancy. I was known as the adequate male. But I cursed the day I made my play for that sidewalk Jezebel. She was a brown-skinned ma, like a China doll, walking up and down in sin. Back and forth she trod with a wink and a nod to the nearest hoe house den. Now, it wasn't by chance that I caught her glance, cause hey, I intended to steal this dame. I smiled with glee, said, golly gee, it's time for the kid to game. Her eyes shone bright in the neon light. And from them, a teardrop fell. I asked her why. She began to cry. Tell me this bitter tale of how some guy blacks her eye, takes all the dough she get, how she lay in jail, he won't go her bail. Dare her to call it quits. I said, bitch, dry your tears. Have no fears, for the kind lover is here. And I'm staking a claim for a piece of this here game, vowing to have no peer. She looked at me like a slave set free. Said that I'm your girl. And her man didn't stir when I split with her. We made it all over the world. She caught on fast as the months rolled past. Played it to the bitter end. A better hoe I've yet to know. Although a dog is man's best friend. She was a three-way winch. Played Jasper in the pinch. Took him round the horn. No Gina or John this hoe couldn't con. Cause that trick was never born. She was a good shot broad. Pro at fraud and drag. She played like a vet. She played stuff like an ace. Never lost a case. Put many a mark in debt. She ranked with the best from the east to the west. And when her boosting hand came down, she stole knots out of knees. Those fleas. She stole out of many a town. Now, I've heard other hoes cry about the wind being high and the law in they tell about snow in the sleep being asshole deep and that tricks can go to hell. In a greasy spoon or a jute saloon, you can find her. Yeah, killing the time, crying hard luck tears, sucking down beers. Pimp ain't getting a dime. Turning $50 tricks to make a fix. Pussy doing the pimping. Just ruining the name of a hell of a game. Cause the pimp is doing the simping. Now she ducking and hiding, slipping and sliding, sucking down party packs, and nodding so tough from fucking with that stuff that the bitch can't see her tracks. Monday morning, for sure. You can't find that hoe. Cause some rookie Compton caught her. And you pawn your shit trying to make a rent. The bitch ain't made a quarter. Now, in a month or two, when the rent is due, landlord hopping mad. She slide between these sheets with no nice receipts. Talking about, oh daddy, the night was bad. You can cop her lid for the lowest bid. Set her ass on fire. Digging her cunt for a solid month. Cause she the cheapest hoe you could hire. Now, you know the price when you deal in vice. You know it's a hell of a grind. But bitches got to go. Be a hell of a hoe to beat that triple bitch of mine. Now, she dropped many a bug on many a mug. Too numerous to name. Ain't Many a sap got caught in her trap, in the lure they called a game. But for a lick and a lap of her mellow cap, Trix would fight a duel. Man, all the long bread was made with her head. The bitch was a red jewel. She had good round eye, that's no lie. Woo! How the trick house door would swing. Many a nut got bust in her butt, cause the rag didn't mean a thing. Anywhere she followed a righteous dollar, to hell if she had to go, and be there waiting to trick with old Satan. Man, I had a money-making hoe. Like a sex machine, she walked in between raindrops, snow, hail, stood on hot bricks to lure the tricks. Come cyclone, blizzard, a gale. She tricked with Frenchmen, torpedoes, henchmen. To her, it was all the same. Japs, Jew, Apache, Sioux, and breeds I cannot name. Chinks, Greeks, Arabs, freaks. She even tricked in the house of God. No son of a gun with this whole shun who could pay to use their rod. Why, the sun didn't set when her cunt wasn't wet. Pockets full of gold. Many a trick with a weekend dick got took for his whole roll. Now, I laid and played off the dough she made from the coast to old Broadway. My game was strong, cause my money was long. I made this business pay. But my trouble began when I raked my hand. I stopped blowing and started to hit. Man, you know, I blew all that dough faster than one hoe could get. Then I blew my shack, my Cadillac, the rug up off the floor. Sold my ice at a pawn shop price. Then shot up all that dough. Stole from Ma, swindled Pa, sold my pedigree pup. Pawned my thread, sold my bed, shot my TV up. My woman cried and damn near died when I walked off with her mink. But I stayed my role, stole and sold everything but the kitchen sink. But the deadliest blow came when the hoe got sick, couldn't gin. Chinaman spoke, wasn't no joke. I knew it was the end. She had bleeding Powell, inflamed bowel. For a month, the bitch couldn't pee. And I was shot to hell when her ovaries fell. Things looked pretty bad for me. But believe me, Jim, when lockjaw set in, I knew the Chinaman had rang his toe. Her head was dead, her ass was lead. The lips of her cunt were cold. So down I fell to the depths of hell. For I had put myself in a cross. See, as my habit grew tall, my money grew small. Everything I had was lost. But I wanted to be fair and on the square. I didn't want to buck the saw. So I said, hey, what the hell? Since the bitch ain't well, I get her a wife-in-law. So I said, hey, you hang in there till you feeling fair and can't get back in the street while I do my best to convalesce, get back on my feet. Now, there's that cute little bitch with the hoe house itch that I could latch on to, and that red-headed hoe that's ready to go if the deal's all right with you. Hey, look. Hey, ain't a bitch in the game with your kind of name that can kick the mud you kick. So, hey, you hang in there till you feeling fair, and we'll see if we can make them click. Now, a bitch like this is a good man's bliss. She had everything it took, but she had one fault. When she got caught, she couldn't loose the hook. Hell no, she said. I see you dead. before I let you go. The black coach of sorrow will pick your ass up tomorrow if you walk beyond that door. I blew my health in a bid for wealth so that you could play your bit. But you went hot-headed and you blew the bread. Now you want to talk that stable shit. Well, I ain't going for no brush or no bum hose rush, because I know that's what you're playing. Talking all slick with all that bullshit. Motherfucker! You ain't no man. I'm hip to the way you pimps try to play and drop a lug on the frail. But if this shit don't cease, I'm calling the police and burying your ass in jail. Now, I'm packing my shit, fixing the split, and this is what I said. If that's the way you want to play, you get your own damn rig. Bitch, you ain't no lame, you know the game. They calls it cop and blow. You had your fun, now you're done. I needs me another hoe. Shit, I can't cop no swag with no sway bag nag whose thoroughbred days are past. I'd look pretty damn silly putting up a cripple-ass filly on a track that's much too fast. Now, I was gonna put you in charge of a hoe house lodge, give you some girls to rule. But you spoke of hell, sending me to jail, bitch. You must be a damn fool. 'Cause a bitch can't shit without a good man's wit. And one monkey don't stop no show. Shit, why in an hour or two, I'll have me a slew of bitches ready to hoe. So step aside, 'cause I'm fixing to slide. I mean, get the fuck off my back. 'Cause my money's low. Needs me a hoe that can run that speedy track. Now, I'm sitting back at another hoe shack, about to make my plea, when I hear the sound of thunder that the door shook under. I wondered what the hell that could be. A roller walked in. On his face was a grin, mine with a deadly expression. Hey, if I use bad, the pimping stud, all I need is a fucking signed confession. My woman stood there with her finger in the air. That's him, she said with glee. That's the son of a bitch with the con-man pitch that made a hoe out of me. A crushing blow sent me to the floor. I fell in a black repose. And when I woke, my nose was broke. Blood was all over my clothes. But I played it strong, but it wasn't long before they took me to court. Ooh, you should have seen this shit that bitch had writ in the books of the police report, which just goes to show that even the strongest hoe can give in to that female simping. The bitch was born with a female scorn that got me 2 counts of pimping. Now, here I lay in jail in a 6x6 cell, watching the sun rise in the east. And as the mornings chill, the jungle still, I think of that slumbering beast. Farewell to the night. Farewell to the neon light. Farewell to you, one and all. And farewell to the game. May it still be the same when I finish doing this fall.
Jack.